What's up, people? So we're back with another video. I hope you all are having a good start to the week and are staying safe. Now, this one that I'm bringing to you all today is all about getting killed in prison. So let's get into it. So when you go to prison or when you are in prison, there is a big, high, major factor of getting killed in prison or going to prison and certainly not making it out. Now, there's a variety of reasons to why you can die inside prison. As I've mentioned before, one of them is the living conditions, and there's a few others, but the main one is the violence. Now, the reason why I say it's the violence because just about every single prisoner in prison has some form of weapon to defend themselves, and if they're not using it to defend themselves, then they're using it to carry out attacks. Now, the majority of these weapons will be blades from the shavers, or it will be the padlock and a variety of other things that people can get their hands on. Now, when I was in prison, there wasn't any deaths that I didn't hear of until the day I left prison. So when I got released and I was out only for about 6 hours, 8 hours, and I heard from a few people on social media that someone got killed in the prison that I was in, on the wing underneath me or the wing next to me, one of the two. So, it would definitely 100% was some sign of relief to the fact that it was the day that I walked out, and it could have been me because, like I said, these are all the prisoners apart from the ones that are in protective custody. You socialize with them on the wings, or you go into the exercise area and you will see people there. So your life can really get taken at any time. As like I said to you all before, the screws are there to, they're supposed to be there to make sure that your safety is all right, but that's not the case at all. They're just there to oversee things, and when they feel like they want to step in, they will step in. But most of the time, like I said to you all before, if you don't fight back in prison or you don't defend yourself, even if you're not a fighter or so forth, you're not going to survive, as you're going to be a target. And there is some crazy people in prison. Now, like I said to you all before, with the single cells and getting your own cell, now if you get a cell with someone that you don't know, and they're tapped in the head, meaning crazy, and they could have a blade just as much as you have, and you could be sleeping, they cut your throat, stuff like that in prison happens. So not a lot of, like I say, the attacks will happen on the wings, but the majority of them will happen inside the cell. So when it comes to fighting, there is no rules to fighting in prison and defending yourself with violence. Now, with the living conditions, you can die by the living conditions. As I've said to you all before, with the last prison that I was in, it was really bad compared to the first one. And it was that bad to the point of where the cleanliness, that could kill you from catching infections, and you can die from a lot of diseases in there. And to get a medical appointment in there, you're waiting for at least 2 to 3 months. So it's definitely not no joke when you go to prison. Now, what I would say is, the thing when I went to prison, the worst fear that I had was, I'm only in there for that amount of time. But when you're in there and you have to defend yourself, and if it means you using more force than what the other person's using or whatever it is, then that's extra time you're getting on your charge, and that's you in prison even longer. So that really was a big fear of mine, because I wanted to get out to my family. I didn't want to be stuck in prison, and that's how a lot of people do end up in prison for a very long time, as they go in there for say 8 months, a year, and then they end up getting into so many altercations, it turns into 6 years, 5 years, and before you know it, it's just a cycle that you can't get out of. So definitely inside of prison, it is all on you. As with in prison, when you're pressing these buttons that are supposed to be emergency buttons, or for the guards to come and attend to you and so forth and see what's good, you're waiting a good hour, possibly more, depending what the staffing's like. So it literally is no joke. So when I said to you all, if you do unfortunately in that position to go to prison, certainly don't take drugs, as if you take drugs inside there, there's certain guards that will just leave you on the floor, let other prisoners pick you up and deal with you. and not even take you to medical. So really, your safety, it is really all on you, people. Now, I've got plenty of more content coming. I've got a really big surprise for you all this week, which I was supposed to be revealing a couple of days ago, but I'm still waiting on it coming. So as soon as it's here, I will share with you all exactly what it is. I hope you all do stay safe and enjoy the content. Stay out of prison, stay off the streets, people, and catch you on the next one. Peace to you all.